Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Magma Minds Podcast. It's your boy, Fon the Villain. To my left, we got the homie Toast. What's good, brother?
Hey, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Everyone's having a beautiful day. It's me, Lack, and I'm grateful to be here.
Lovely. Say less. Beautiful day indeed. I mean, we actually need one of those because it's been so rainy.
Oh,
Bro,
yeah. It snowed. Apparently, it snowed this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got like a notification saying like snow starting. You know, like on iPhones, like snow
like
starting. Apparently, at AM this morning, it snowed.
Nah, that's
and
crazy.
It was like 70 degrees yesterday.
I was gonna, bro. Yesterday, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I was like, damn. Everyone. I was talking to like everyone that's out of state. I was like, bro, Oklahoma right now is it. Oklahoma right now, the weather is nice. Yesterday was so good.
Fucking like approaching April, and we're having weather in like 30 degrees.
You know what's crazy is that actually, well, I'm surprised because we're in Oklahoma, but when I was in Chicago, bro, April, when I tell you it was still blizzards outside.
What?
Bro,
I mean,
it was
up
still
north,
blizzards outside.
I like Chicago though, like because when it's snowing. There's no there's no half-ass nothing. Like if it's raining, raining. If you gonna get wind, you're gonna get wind. Like,
it's
facts. Mad windy. But you know, like here, you might wear a jacket in the morning, and you might have to throw in some shorts in the afternoon. You never know.
And you don't even have to. The thing is, I don't know what it is here, or maybe the AC just doesn't work. You don't even have to be outside, bro. That should be getting mad cold, like everywhere. I'm like, dog, why is it? Where did the sun go?
Yeah,
literally.
You have to tell me, fucking my parents are Asian, and if you're Asian, you know this. We don't use heat or AC. Like, find the blanket, bro. This morning while I walked out of my room, my house is 59 degrees.
No, 59 degrees is crazy.
But I sleep
5 on the thermostat is crazy.
I sleep so good, and that's not even the lowest it's gotten. Like back when this last winter, when the weather outside was like 0 degrees or 10 degrees, whatever, my house literally dropped down to like almost 40, like almost almost like in the 40s, and I told my parents like we can't do this.
Yeah, someone's not gonna wake up, bro.
Yeah, like literally, hyper fucking frostbite in my room, bro. Like, and I'd be telling my parents like, yo, like you guys are at work most of the day, and you know, so you guys don't feel it, but people at home,
is cold,
bro. I shouldn't be seeing my breath in my room, man. Like that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, fresh out of bed, seeing your breath is crazy. Yeah, that's nuts. What's funny? I mean, I like sleeping when it's colder.
Me too.
Because you know the blanket and everything. Yeah. Last night I had to double blankets.
I had double blanket. I mean, every night in my house is double blanket. So
I had to grab another blanket and was like, yo, I have to do this because it's cold. Like my feet are. We know when your toes are cold. And there's like nothing you could do about it. You just want to wrap them up in the heater under the blanket. Yeah, bro, that was me. I was like, nah, I need something.
Nah, I have a heated blanket. You just plug it in. It runs for 2 hours by itself, and then it just turns off. Yo, it's game changing.
Until that shit catch fire. Where you're sleeping.
You wake up toasted.
You smell
lactose for real, bro.
Lactose all the way. You smelling smoke. You don't know that you're getting cooked with a blanket.
Right.
But nah, yeah, the weather's actually been crazy. So I hope we get another day like yesterday, because yesterday was perfect. Yeah. And I was talking to Shorty yesterday, and what did she say? She was like, "Oh, you like when it's like." Because I think it was like, what, 50s? It was like 50s out here. She's like, oh, you like this kind of weather? I was like, what do you mean? The sun is out and it's 50. The balance is impeccable. Like, bro, the sun is warming you up with a nice
you wearing a hoodie, walk outside, there's rays in your face. Like, bro, it was after you leave the gym, like, usually you're hot as fuck, but you walk outside,
it's just nice little breeze cools you down.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah. But speaking of Chicago, we were just talking about I'm trying to get the Airbnb set up.
Yeah,
and I don't want to.
And I knew that shit was gonna happen. The way you were telling me, like how you were like, yeah, like we know you love Chicago, so the way you were telling me, you were like, I need as much time there as possible, and I was like, well, you do the B&B, like when are you gonna be there?
Yeah, bro.
Like, I don't know. That's the thing. Every time I'm like, that's the thing. Like I don't. Yeah,
my heart was breaking, man. Every time I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh, there's money to be made. But at the same time, man's trying to live, bro. Mm-hmm. And like right now, I don't think I'm living, so I need to find a way. To go back.
Yeah, just wait till the weather like gets better, then
that's true.
I mean,
but then that's when everyone's gonna want to go, so that's the best time for business. So maybe I go now when it's like cold so that I have an excuse to be like,
You do that now, and then we know what's gonna happen. The weather's gonna get nice in Chicago, and be like, I need to be there. Yeah, I need to be there.
End up staying.
Yeah, bro.
Fair. Nah.
I mean, a single man in the city by yourself, in the windy city,
solo.
So much shit to do.
It would be nice, man. It would definitely be a fun time. Transitioning cities again from Oklahoma to Chicago to the VA. Shout out to the boy Eric one time.
Yeah,
just a quick shout out. Yo, we missed the man's behind the laptop. Look what I gotta do it now. Missed the man's behind the laptop, bro. But fear not. He's definitely been putting in work. So appreciate the work, appreciate the love that the man's been sending us. Been doing all the research and everything. Got like topics and a whole bunch of all around stuff down. So what a guy! What a guy!
And he's holding down in his own way too. Like exactly. In a way, like my man is working like 2 or 3 jobs right now.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, y'all was making fun of me."
Well,
that was mostly you.
that was all me. I was mostly you. That was all me, man.
But yeah,
I miss unemployment Eric though. Bro, he was always available. Anytime we want to do something, he's there. Job. Bro, that's the thing. I loved it. I wish. I'm not gonna say I wish he'd lose his job, but not like if unemployed Eric ever comes around again, I'm gonna be there.
Damn, you about to call the managers?
Bro, let us make hella complaints. Just get
hella complaints.
So he can come back and work the laptop, bro. We got a job for you right here, son.
Yo, unemployed Eric is crazy, but yeah, the man has like definitely 2-3 jobs right now. He's trying to juggle. He's shutting places down. Yeah, because everybody's trying to hire him. Like, apparently, I'm like,
it's never enough too. He was telling us some shit that like people are giving him shit for not doing enough. I'm like, what more do you want from my boy?
My man's about to work 5 jobs.
He's one of the biggest gamer I know. I don't even think he's gaming like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. I was actually gonna ask. I was actually gonna text in a group chat because I mean another nice thing in the group chat is like it's been all love lately too, which is nice. Like everyone's just kind of like caring and pushing each other on. But it's like, bro, is anyone gaming at all? Because I know this man usually is on there at least playing something, which is crazy. But
I haven't gamed in a minute.
Yeah,
like a month.
It's been a little bit.
Yeah.
The first time, not the first time, but the first time in a while was when Gaps came the other time, and I turned on Final so he could see it.
Yeah.
But
looks sick now too, though.
With all that new stuff, I just can't wait to get back into it, man.
Yeah.
But another reason to shout out Eric again is because he brought us some of what we were gonna talk about today.
Yep.
Man, hit us with some topics, hit us with some questions. What was it? The main one I think that we should tackle though is one that we sort of had in the vault. I mean, thankfully that you put in the vault, which was about your past.
Hurt,
if I'm not mistaken.
Hurt.
Yes.
Yeah. So the question that we're answering today is, what was the most hurtful thing someone has said to you? And that's going to transition us into the next topic.
Cool.
Yeah.
So let me think. I guess I could try to take the lead on that. Damn, the most hurtful thing. Stages of life. There's a few. I feel like there's a few stages in life where I've been hurt pretty bad.
Yeah. The most impactful one that caused you to change the most or make the most change.
Oh wow, that's even deep. I might have to pass it back on to you because that's an even deeper. I don't even know if I was ready for that already. Yeah. Wow. I wanna talk about a past relationship, but I don't know if that's like the. How do I say it?
You just say what the first thing that comes to mind. The
first thing that comes to mind, yeah, because I'm definitely gonna be thinking too much about this shit as far as like the most impactful and like what caused me to have the most change. Because I feel like those are two separate scenarios. Also, like I feel like the time I had the most change wasn't necessarily when I was hurt by anyone, but I feel like there's also been a time where I was just definitely very hurt by someone, but it didn't. Right. It didn't cause me to change. It caused me to view things and grow, of course, but not necessarily change drastically as a person. So I'll take the first one as far as, or at least the latter of your question, which is what caused me the most change. And it was definitely just some stress throughout med school. What caused me the most like change in terms of growth was, I believe, excuse me, I think it was third semester when I was in med school. That's when I broke up with the shorty I was dating with at the time.
Yeah.
The shorty I was dating from OKC.
Mm-hmm.
Broke up with her, and like I just went into a full like spiral and swing at that point. Like I went down. Yeah. Didn't pass the semester. It was crazy. So much shit was going on at once. I just kind of felt lost, which I've never felt like that before. So I didn't think a breakup could do. I knew it could do that, right? But again, in my head, like growing up, I was always like, I'm too tough for this, or like I would never be that person to like curl up in a ball for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and just not be able to come out. But I feel like instead of doing that, I just kind of spiraled in my own way, which led me to a whole bunch of like, I wasn't healthy as far as like physically, not working out, doing any of that stuff. I still felt comfortable and happy, but I could just tell I wasn't healthy inside. And then I wasn't excelling in school. Like so many things kind of just like dragged down, not to blame the relationship per se, but I feel like it was a major part because it was exactly around that time, just to line things up. So I would say that caused me the most drastic change in a negative way, which then led into a positive way, because after that semester, like once I hit, that was like my bottom, bro.
Yeah.
Like once I hit rock bottom,
bro,
came back.
Yeah.
Just like from there, I was like, okay, bet. Like that. Like I know I fucked up the last 2-3 months. Terrible and just shit. Like I know what I'm supposed to do now. Went back, did what I needed to do. You know, boy grinded, got out of the grind with school. With school, and then Drew and Cliff, and that's another thing. At the same, like at that time too, I felt like even though I was living with Julian and Cliff, shout out Cliffy. I don't think I've shouted them out yet. But even though I was living with them, I just felt like I was also distant from them at that same time. Right. Like there was just kind of so much going on.
Because in your like mental space, you're in a different like world than they are. Yeah. Like you were trying to heal from something, and they were like just going on with the normal life. Yeah. And man, but the come up, the grind, once you hit rock bottom, like the grind up is such a good feeling.
Yeah,
you can't go lower than that. You know you're pushing up. Every step you take is forward. Every step you take is progressive.
Yeah.
And I mean, you hit bottom. There's no lower than that.
Facts.
Yeah. But that is such a lonely feeling though, to be.
It is.
Like surrounded by people that you know would be there for you, like your day one, like would do anything to like help you get out, but there's nothing they could do.
Yeah.
And honestly, even if no matter how much you share with them, no matter how much you talk about it with them, like you feel like you can never say enough. You can never feel like your feelings can never like be put out there enough to where like you are healing just from a conversation. Like
that's facts.
And I think like, I mean, at least I'm speaking for myself. When I hit rock bottom, it's how I know I hit rock bottom is like when I've said everything I can possibly say to a friend or to somebody anyone that would lend an ear and listen, and I still feel the same way. And like once I hit that point, I'm like, all right, that's it. I need to work back up.
Yeah,
but yeah, I get what you mean. For sure,
that aligns. I mean, again, that I feel like in that story for me, the change and the come up was probably one of the most drastics that I've gone through. Recently some shit happened as well, which is kind of like also hitting rock bottom again. That's why I mentioned like I feel like in different stages of life I had that low point and then found my way up. But not to weigh it on the relationship, because I think there has been a worse like traumatic relationship more recently than that, but just that cycle was probably the most impactful to me at the time.
And it's compounded stress too. Like relationship, you're not doing well. Like in school, not taking care of yourself. Like pretty much every aspect of your life at that point was like on a downhill spiral, and that you're way off baseline. You feel it.
Yeah,
if anything, you feel it.
It hits you.
So I mean. Yeah, man. That's glad you came back up though.
Well, came back up, went back down again, and then now we're coming back up again.
That's how it goes.
That's life. Man. It sounds like life to me.
That's how it goes.
What about you, bro? What's like, to put your question back together?
Yeah, most hurtful thing someone said to
someone has done to you.
Yeah,
that's like the most impactful.
Not necessarily said or done to me, but it caused me to like self-blame. And it was from my parents. And it wasn't anything they said that was intentionally trying to hurt me or anything, but it was when they told me that they had nothing in their like savings. They had like, and my mom has to stay here, or my parents has to stay here and work for another X amount of years to like save money again. And to me, at that point, that moment, I felt so selfish. My whole life, I felt so selfish because I feel like even though it was their choice to make the sacrifices for my sister and I felt so hurt by the fact that I was so blinded and so self-absorbed to where I couldn't see their struggle. Yeah, I mean, I saw their struggle. I saw like the things they were doing to like help, like get me through school or like just make a living or whatever. But I didn't know to what extent. And so when like she told me that, and that was like a big turning point for me too. Because originally I think you knew I was trying to go to med school.
Yeah. We talked about it.
Yeah. Applied, took the MCAT, applied, got accepted, deferred it. And I was going to like just work for a few years, make some money and just help them like retire, whatever. But it turned but the more I thought about it, I was like, if I accepted this, that's another, they wouldn't leave me. Like they would stay even longer. Yeah. Just to work like more hours, like just to work more, just like try to support me through med school. For sure. And that's kind of like switched the gear for me to go in the different direction. After that, all I wanted to do was like just work. I just wanted to like make money and like support them in a way to like, or at least let them know that like I'm good. Like, I'm good, and
give them comfort.
Whatever they want to do, like save money towards that, do that. Like my parents don't go nowhere. Like they don't eat out. They don't do anything. And like the way that they live their life, I feel like it's almost like wasting it. All they do, because all they do is, that's not a good word, because as long as they're alive, like they're working. But like I feel like they're not living it to their full potential, right? Like they don't go out of the country other than go to Vietnam. They don't go on dates. They don't buy themselves nothing nice. Like,
yeah. I have a few questions with that. The first one, if you don't mind me asking, was like, how old were you when you like actually came to that realization, when it hit you, or I guess when your mom told you like, yo, this is the situation?
This was back like right after pandemic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was like pretty recent.
Cool.
And then what was the follow-up?
And then the follow-up was just like, was about like how they were living life. Do you feel like they probably don't either go out and do anything or travel or do much? Do you feel like that's because of you guys, as far as like you and your siblings, or do you feel like that's something that's in their character and maybe they never even did that when they're in Vietnam? Like, how do you think they, like, again, it's probably a tough question to understand, because like growing up, it's hard to even realize like what your parents would be doing, you know?
And I think that's the thing. Like because it hurt me because I know how they live in Vietnam.
Okay. So
like my mom loves traveling when she was in Vietnam. My dad loves going out, but we've been here for 16 years since they've moved here. Like my mom has even developed. They try to save money in so many aspects to the point where sometimes I'm like, you have to live a little.
Yeah, you're trying to get them.
My mom hates flowers because she was like, that's a waste of money. Like you can't eat it. It's just fun to look at. It's just good to look at, and then it dies. Right? Like they don't go on dates, and partly that's my dad's fault, but they don't go on dates. Like they don't do anything that's for themselves really.
Yeah.
I feel like they just work, and then to one, like help to like support the family, but two, like because it's not just our family, it's their family too. Like that they have to send money back or whatever, and they just try so hard to protect me and my sister from like worrying to
right,
like, they will never tell me that.
Yeah, the mental headspace, like they don't want you to carry like essentially their burden, even though that's not necessarily, I feel like, how parents should look at it. But yeah, that's another discussion though.
Yeah, so I mean, just watching my mom break down and like talking about it, I was just like, I can't do it. Like I can't take another step in the direction that I originally planned, because if I do, that's a selfish decision on my part, and I will regret it later.
Yeah, that's so tough to navigate.
Yeah,
because again, because it's hard to, like, what I meant by it was hard to balance was like, if you like, since you understood like the life your parents lived before and like how they were, like I imagine that's pretty tough, like seeing them having to sort of scale down, like, we got to make sure everything's okay. And then of course props to them, because it's all for the family, right? It's like to make sure you guys are good, like everyone's safe, no one needs to worry. And then a lot of things which I don't think a lot of people understand, at least in this country, is like, when you do have a family back home in another country, you have to make sure not only is your family here okay, but everyone back home is okay as well. Yeah. So I can only imagine how taxing that could actually be. Not to like compare stories, but what's it called? Like growing up, that was another thing for us as well, is like, I didn't really understand like why it was that we would go back to Cameroon so much, especially at a young age. When we went back at a really young age, like I didn't really, at first I was like, oh, they just, like, at first I thought it was punishment. I was like, bro, how can we like be living here? Y'all are sending us back, bro. What do you mean? I thought it was a punishment. And then I was like, oh, they just want me to sort of like get a closer feeling to home, understand the culture, which that's true as well. But I also kind of like looking back, I kind of realized like, damn, my dad was working in a different state and my mom was going to school in a different state. Yeah. Like, how are they going to have 3 kids? That was in Missouri, our mom was here in Oklahoma going to OU. Like, how are they going to make that work with them also trying to work and make a living in this country? Like, it just made the most sense for us to go back and then be somewhere where we're with our aunt, we're comfortable, and like, third world life is like, it's managed, you manage everything.
Life is so much simpler.
It's so much simpler. Like, there's
no fucking daycare. There's nothing for you to like worry about, you
just handle yourself. So I just kind of like, looking back, I just kind of realized that too. So as you're telling your story, I was like, oh, like I know what you mean by as far as like when that sort of had like a major impact on you, when you realized that, at least when your mom told you. But
yeah, man, I mean, like, I think, and as you get older too, like you're able to piece together the the puzzle and put yourself in your parents' shoes or whoever's shoes, right? And you realize how big of a sacrifice that is. I mean, like, even now, your mom loves you so much, like, and your parents love you so much. They love all their kids, but just the way they check on you now, I can't imagine what it was like for them back then to send you off, and not knowing whether or not you're okay, like, and like them just going home to like themselves
bro, really, in an apartment,
and
like, wow. Yeah.
And I'm so glad, I'm so happy and grateful for them that it paid off. Like, like they have 3 beautiful children, all smart as hell, and all successful in their own ways. Like, and Doe is one of the chillest dude, like, straight for like down to earth dude I've ever met. Lay has her own way of
Lay's a Gemini, bro. You know the Gemini. Nah.
Yeah, like, no, Lay always knew she was gonna be the shit before anybody else, before other people even know. Yeah, she already knew. Facts. And like you do your own thing in your own way, and praise to you as well. Like, you remind me so much of like your mom. Really, like, you do. Like, Doe reminds me of your dad, but you do remind me of your mom. In the way that you like not only take care of yourself, but like you're very mindful of other people.
Fair. Appreciate that, G. Yeah. I mean, and then another like inspiring thing. I don't even know if you were comfortable talking about this. Was like, well, I remember the day. I don't remember what date it was, but I remember the day you were telling me, like, after you worked and then you handed like your mom. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
The what?
When you handed your mom the little.
Oh.
you know?
Yeah.
As like an appreciation. And I was just like, bro, you don't know how hard that hit home for me, because I don't know, I feel like although I've realized a lot of these things as far as like the sacrifices and everything our parents had to make, I feel like after so long, I still haven't gotten to a point where I could even look them in the face and just be like, yo, like thank you, because I feel like I haven't even, I just feel like there's still so much more that they want me to be, and there's still so much more that I haven't necessarily accomplished yet.
Yeah.
That I don't know if I'm even at the right space to look at them and be like, yo, like, thank you wholeheartedly. There's no way I can repay you, but like, even to show them some gratitude or whatever, like, I don't know if I could even do that yet, because I'm I'm just like, you know, when you're not there yet. I don't even, there's no way that I can explain it, but I just don't think I'm there yet. And I'm relating this to the point where it's like, you know, you worked your ass off, you did what you had to do, which like, I look up to you for that. And like, you looked at your mom and you're like, yo, like, I got you, like, thank you for all these moments in my life. Like, I appreciate the sacrifices. And you're able to slide her that, like, yo, this is a blessing from you to her. And that was like so inspiring, honestly. And I was just like, man, like, when is the day that I would be able to ever like, you know, do something like that? It doesn't have to be that, but I just mean like have that feeling where I can confidently be like, yo, this is what you made, and like it's paid off, and like you showed her that gratitude,
man. And so so one of my goal in life when I first moved here, and this sounds so dumb, but it was from me just literally watching YouTube, this YouTuber Timothy De La Ghetto.
Hey, De La Ghetto,
yeah. I remember when watching specifically a clip of him, like when he was starting to make money off of YouTube or whatever, and he like handed his mom a check or his parents a check and was like, hey, like, this is whatever the rest of the mortgage is. Thank you.
Yeah.
And since then, I've always wanted to put like that was like my goal to do eventually. And I like, that's why I penny pinch so much in college and whatever. Like, I always try to save money, one for like a little bit for myself, but mainly for like to help like people around me. So and I did pay off the house that we're living in. But I also, after I did that, I also realized, like, no matter how much money I make, no matter how far I get in life, no matter how accomplished I get, how much I take care of them, how much I try to pay it back, I could never pay back enough the sacrifices they gave me. Because what they gave me was life, their time, and so much of themselves to where they've lost it. Right. Like, there's no amount of money that's like that I can never pay back. That's priceless, and I will go the rest of my life just after they pass, wherever it may be. I would always remember that, and I mean, I think it's heavy in a way to live with that, because like now you feel like you can never do enough,
right?
But
to live up to,
you're right. But I also came to the conclusion that the best way I could pay them back is to live my life being as the best person I can be, a good person, and show them that I am happy. Like, I'm doing things for myself. Because if your parents really, like, you can do whatever you for them, they will show appreciation, but they want you to, more so they want you to do things for yourself. Right. So the best way I can pay them back is to live my life the best I can and be as happy as I can, and maybe somewhere along the way make some positive, impactful decision that I can say that I attribute this to my parents, and maybe that'll be enough. Honestly,
definitely,
like, maybe honestly, it'll probably never be enough, but it would be enough to show them that like they did the right thing. They didn't raise somebody that doesn't care about the world, doesn't care about how much, what kind of impact he makes, doesn't care about where he steps. He's not mindful. Like, but yeah.
I guess just to put it simply is like you want to, and this statement has always just been like, sure, people say this a lot, but I think what you're relating to and what we're talking about, this makes the most sense, is that you really just like want to make them proud.
Yeah.
Like once they're proud of you, they're like just that statement of like, yo, guys, make your parents proud. It's like, you don't got to be the best, whatever. You don't got to do the most of anything. Like it's literally them just looking at you and just knowing happily that, cool, like I sacrificed everything that I could so that I can look at you now and then just smile. Right. Like just have your parents just look at you and just smile from a distance too. It's not like they don't have to be the forefront of everything. They don't have to be all in your space or anything. Like just to get them to that point where like from a distance, they can look at you, see how comfortable you are in your own skin and be like, wow, like at the very least, like I know he's going to be okay. Yeah. Again, when you said like, like when they pass, whatever it is, like, you know that they would be like proud of you. Like, cool, that's my son. Right. He's going out into the world. He knows who he is. He knows what he can and cannot do. And just like he believes in himself. Yeah. Like that's just making your parents proud. I think that's like the embodiment of all of those things. And yeah, man, I know what you mean when you say like you hope you can get them to that point. Yeah. But I believe it, bro. I believe you got it, man.
I appreciate it.
You got it, bro.
Yeah. But more importantly though, like before you make them proud, make yourself proud first, right? Yeah. Like I want to do things that I am proud of. Because if I know my parents raised me, I know if I'm proud of it, they will be proud of it.
Right.
It's a blessing in disguise for me that I am not a son of a great man. Every step I take, it will be great in my own way. Like my parents weren't born rich. My mom worked super hard. My dad worked super hard, but they have their own problems. Like, my dad have vices that he has dealt with his whole life, and he might die trying to deal with those vices. So all I can do is embrace the fact that I wasn't born into like wealth or into like a privileged life. But like I said earlier, how we were talking about once you hit rock bottom, every step you take is forward, progressive. Every
step is forward, man.
Yeah. I am not a son of a great man, but hopefully my son will be a son of a great man.
Bro. And he will be. Yeah. I mean, we gonna work for it. Yeah, man. And you are working for it. And you're there, and you're either if you're not there now, like you're getting there, and that's also the most important thing. You know what I mean? Which is like that's something that I'm trying to embody as well. It's like. And it's so weird because I think I was telling this to one of our friends too. It's like there was this switch has sort of happened and has been transitioning, differently throughout the course of life. But as we mentioned before, from like being sort of like a novice kid, not knowing much about your parents' struggles and everything, and then realizing that and being like, oh wow, this is what, making a living for like your life really is, and everything they had to struggle for. It also makes you look forward, as you just said, like, what do you want for your kids? Yeah. So just to touch on that, like again, super grateful and blessed for, my family and everything and like everything they've done for me. And one thing I always go to sleep wondering is like, when is the day I'll be able to do something for them, whatever it is. I mean, hopefully they're also proud of me with some of the stuff that I've been able to get through in life, but I'm just always wonder like, when would I be able to do something for them? Not only that, but I can't wait for the day that I'll be able to do the same things for like my kids. Yeah. Like be able to, like, I feel like my mindset of hard work, which I guess from here we can transition into what Eric gave us about the grind, but like my mindset of hard work sort of transitioned from a young kid who grew up wanting to like play all the video game. Like my idea of like, oh, what does your future look like was just like, yo, playing all the video games I wanted, having as much free time to do whatever I wanted, freaking like driving nice cars or like going to fancy places, to like after, and this sort of came to me while I was in med school. I was like, nah, I think I believe like the one thing that's actually pushing me and motivating me now is I want to make sure my kids are able to explore life and live the way they want to live.
Yeah.
Like I need to do it motivated me so much more. Like I need to do everything that I can so that my children could just like lead a life, and hopefully a happy one, and hopefully be able to, you know, venture into what they want to do that makes them happy.
Right.
Like that's like my number one goal now, which is just to relate back to you. Like you want to show that like you're going to be a great man for your children. Like I think that's definitely the goal, and I think that's something that, I mean, most men would be striving for anyways as well, out in the community. But that's tough though. That's tough, man. Nah, but you got it. You know, that's why.
Yeah, we're gonna work for it. We're gonna get there. Man. All I can pray for now is, you know, opportunities and the courage to take those opportunities and in the right direction. As long as I am myself, as long as I believe in who I am and the content of my character, I feel like I can't fuck up.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
I have such a good support system. I have great friends. There's no, I can't fuck up. And I always have someone, I always have home to go back to. I can go wherever I want in life, and I can always come back. So that's in itself is already a blessing.
Facts, man. Nah, we looking up to you, bro. Like you got the game plan figured out, not just for like, not just for me, but like for like a lot of us. I'm very sure I speak for a lot of us when we're like, bro, we see that, and that's definitely a light that's shining and guiding a lot of people, bro.
I appreciate that.
Jeez. But yeah, man. That being said, what we were going to get into next was the grind.
The grind.
And
that shout to Eric for this topic.
Together.
Man threw it together last night, and man, the way Eric thinks is just so like solid.
Yeah. Everything is the square, all the corners connect, bro. All the corners connect.
Yeah, everything is full circle.
Everything is complete.
I actually texted him the other day, and I was just like, because something he said to me like really resonated the last few months, and having like repeating the same things, like that same phrase over and over in my head has like made things so much lighter for me. And the phrase that he told me a few times, but I don't even think he thought it would stick, but he said,
"Give us this gem."
Yeah, it's treat people better than they treat you. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but to me, as someone who can have a transactional mindset, like you do things for me, I'll do things for you, or whatever.
Right.
When I say that out loud, or when I think that, and you know, kind of like, I'll give an example. Like recently, my birthday, right? Not a lot of people text me happy birthday, and that's fine. Like I wasn't posting it nowhere. I wasn't like making it know it's my birthday. But when I did notice, like with some people's birthday like following week or whatever, I texted them. And to me, it was like, usually I'd be like, oh, he didn't text me on my birthday.
Oh yeah,
like, I'm not gonna text you happy birthday, but I was just like, yeah, whatever, man, happy birthday.
Like you remembered, yeah. Like happy birthday.
So it made things a lot lighter.
Facts.
Yeah,
that's big though. That's actually big. I hit that phase too for sure. You didn't text me on my birthday? Fuck you. Yeah. Are you kidding? What do you mean? The boy was born today.
Yeah,
come on now. No. But I know what you mean.
But that's just like an example. Like apparently, you know, like there's a lot of other scenarios in like in life they can apply that too. But that's just top of my head.
That's more recent and clicked.
Yeah.
No, that's a solid phrase though.
Yeah, right.
Carries weight down.
Yeah.
Treat people, because that's also hard, I believe, for a lot, especially nowadays, where everyone is so, what's the word? Where everyone gets very butthurt about a lot of things.
Sensitive?
I think. Very sensitive. That's the word.
Yeah.
Where everyone is so sensitive about things. Like it's like most people nowadays, like, how can I possibly treat someone better than they treat me? Like, are you kidding me? Like, people
these are just like, I'm gonna match your energy.
Yeah, exactly. People just don't. They're like, not about it. It's like, oh, that's the wave you're on. All right, cool, fine. We'll be that way. Like, I'll take it. Even I'll be even pettier.
Right.
That's like, well, that's the theme nowadays. It's like everyone's like, yeah, okay, we can be petty.
Yeah,
and it's just like, bro,
a petty life is such a life like a fucking suffering. Like, cause you're being petty, man. Not. You feel the pettiness more than the other person, really.
Honestly,
yeah. Because to them, you're just being a dick, but to you, they're like, I got you. Like to you, I got you. You know what I mean? Like, who lives like that? Because now it's just like dumb cycle.
Honestly, but no, man. But no, those are definitely gems that he left you with. What's in it with the grind? What was the? I know most of it was like, what is it that you're doing now, or what grind are you going into now?
Oh yeah,
at this stage in life. But there was a full thing. I don't want to butcher it because my man put a lot of work into this, so we gonna hit it as he did it for us.
Yeah. So, what you're currently doing to what you're currently doing to get to where you want to be in life? Your experience, quote unquote.
I guess to tackle that for right now, I feel like I'm playing the waiting game. I feel like it sucks, and not sure how this really applies to like the grind, but I think it's also another stage in life that's really important to like understand and master, is like when to. Anyway, I'll just go into it and then hopefully we catch on. But like I feel like I'm playing the waiting game. I recently am applying for graduation for med school. Didn't match. This is now a week or 2 weeks after match, so I've been putting in emails, calling hospitals, doing all that fun jazz, and talking to the school as well, just making sure everything is kind of set for the future. But I feel like I'm playing the waiting game because as far as for what I'm doing to get to where I need to be in life, like I just need to wait on responses. Like I'm literally just waiting on responses, right? In that meantime, because I know that I ultimately want to be more than just a doctor, like as far as the other grind that's helped me, keep mentally stable is just, me and the boy hanging out doing the podcast. Like what better to do whenever, you have this time that you're waiting. And then I also took it upon myself to try and focus on my nutrition because like, again, that's just one of health. You can achieve everything, but if you're not healthy, you can achieve everything in life. But if you're not healthy, like a sick body, a sick mind, it will not take you will not take you far. So
if your body is sick, your mind will follow too.
Exactly. And then it breaks your spirit. Like you won't be able to do certain tasks that you want to do, maybe depending on what it is or what you need to be able to do for like your own careers or your personal interests and stuff. So definitely focusing on nutrition, focusing on our work as far as the podcast. We're editing day in, day out. Boys are trying to get that done.
Trying to edit with that.
Trying to get
the laptop situation is crazy right now.
That's some hiccups. We might need y'all to subscribe to the Patreon before it even comes out. But I think like the main thing, of course, like I don't want to disband the doctor aspect of it, but that's just a waiting game. So just to turn this into kind of like an advice question is like whenever you do maybe find yourself sort of in the similar position that I'm in, it's like don't waste like if you find yourself in a position where certain things are out of your control and you just kind of have to wait, like don't waste that time chasing one thing because you're more than your career or your title or whatever it is. Like you're your own person. You know what I mean? Figure out how to make yourself healthier if you're not doing that already. Figure out what makes you happy and explore that. That's like important. Instead of sitting down and looming over, how long this wait might last or things like that. So I think that's just sort of the angle that I've taken it in. Yeah. But that's what I would say for me right now.
So
what you got going?
Follow-up question to what you just said.
Yeah.
So where do you want to be?
Where do I want to be?
Yeah.
Dang.
Because you have the blueprint, you have the process to get there, right? You have the steps, the necessary steps to be successful in whatever. Because all the stuff you just said could be applied to everything. Right. So for you particularly, where do you want to be?
Dang, where do I want to be? Are we going time frame here, or are we just talking like
where do you want to be?
All right, man. Let's see. Where do I want to be? I want to be saving lives physically and also through a platform saving lives, or at least reaching people far away that I can't possibly help, like like through touch or whatever it is. But like where do I want to be? I want to be saving lives. I think that's my ultimate goal. Like I want to be saving lives. I want to be somewhere saving lives, doing what I can, which I think the best thing that I can do to save a life, at least with the knowledge that I'm gathering, is surgery. So I want to be a surgeon somewhere at this moment, at this instance. It doesn't even matter where. At first I was being, I want to be closer. I want to be Texas because it's closer to home. But wherever I think I could be to be saving lives in that manner, because I have put enough time in, I have put the time in to achieve that. I want to be a surgeon somewhere saving lives, and whilst I'm doing that, curating this platform and eventually having this platform help me reach other lives that I could also possibly save by giving advice, by just simple companionship. You know, like having a community, I feel like is one of the, because we're such a social and like internet led society right now, I think like having one of these communities where it's just filled with positivity and so much like mindfulness, and everyone in the community is able to bounce something off each other, I feel like it really does save lives, saves a lot of people from depression, saves a lot of people from just general low points in their life. So I think it's in some way, somehow, I want to be saving lives. That's where I want to be.
And you know, like everything else in life that you've done, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it, man.
Waiting, appreciate it, man.
You're gonna do it.
It shall come.
Like you said, it's a waiting game, right?
It's a waiting game.
So patience is a virtue, and I think where every step you've taken so far is towards that direction. I can't see how you would deviate.
Thanks, man. We're trying, bro, and you're gonna. This is why I need guy them like you. I need man them like our group chat, bro, to we get each other there. Like I feel like I wouldn't. And this isn't just to say it just to say, but I feel like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't really without like you guys. Like honestly speaking, because there's only so much that I can aspire to do, but then just be able to do by myself, you know? Like it doesn't matter who you are. Every great man needs good men around him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. And that's what I want. That's what I want to be. I want to be that good man to you. I want to be that good man to Eric. Like I just want to be there for you guys the same way you guys have been there for me. So I think that's where we go from here. It's like just making sure all of us, you know, elevating that in that same range. But,
and I love that mentality. Like you and Eric, like you know, like you and Eric has talked about, you know, like coming up together. Yeah. And I know, like I think Eric is trying to come up in his own way, and you know, like you're come up in your own way, like in towards the direction that you both are wanting to go into. And man, that's a beautiful thing. That's the thing about the grind is if you're adhering to the process and you're trusting the process, trusting yourself, and having good people around you, as long as you have those things, it's hard to fail. It's hard to fail unless you just shift, like say fuck it, I give up, like I don't want to do this no more, and you just walk away from it. As long because life goes on, like the things that you're gonna do, they turn into habits. As long as you keep up those good habits, you're gonna get there. So
I know if I want to walk away, you man won't let me, bro.
You went too deep.
Won't let me, bro. The same thing, y'all not walking away from anything.
You're like 600, 700 episodes into One Piece, and like you want to quit watching. We're not letting you do that. Yeah,
bro, we have to find out. You have to find out what happens if the One Piece really real.
Bro, that shit still got me hot. Bro, he's taking a 3-week break to figure out what the One Piece is. Bro, what?
That has to be capped.
I hope so. I'm gonna stop watching this shit. I bet you though, it was like he literally was like at the beginning, he was like, "Oh, this is the adventure and the friendship you make," and then people were giving him so much shit about it, like just
so much sauce. He's like,
"Nah, I can't do that. They won't jump me." Now he's thinking everybody figure it out.
Nah, man, you gotta see it through now. But yeah, go ahead, bro. Tell me where you. What's the grind for you right now?
Yeah.
Where do you want to?
So. Ooh, I think I spent so much of my life so far, even though I was doing it to achieve a goal wherever it may be, and that's the thing that's been like tough to process is I put so much time and work into, you know, like wanting to go to med school, and at the time I was just like, if I do this, I will be happy, or my parents will be happy, and like everyone will be happy. But the more as it went on, I was just like, I'm not happy. Like I'm not happy. They're not really happy. Like they're hoping one day they'll be happy, or at least that's my perspective of it, right?
Yeah.
So where I want to be eventually is just simply happy and in a position where the people around me are not worrying about if they're taken care of. They're not like worrying about like having to work the rest of their life to take care of themselves. I want to be able to provide first and foremost, but for them and for myself, I just want to be happy because it's been a long time since I've been happy, and now this is the happiest I've been in so long.
I was going to ask if that's still the case.
Yeah, this is the happiest I've been in so long, and now that I've gotten a taste of it, it really does like stretch my mind, like really change my mindset on everything. Now I look at things differently. It's not such a negative outcome every time when I look at something. Now it's, if there's a problem, like I know I'm able to get through it, right? I don't feel like I'm anywhere close to where I want to be yet.
Okay.
But the things that I am doing to work towards it are, I'm doing things more for myself. I'm doing more things for myself, such as just like being on the podcast and talking and using the platform to share my experience, and not only that, but gather experiences from the guests we have on and the people that are listening. Because I think I did mention in the past, like in order to be more worldly, I want to have as much perspective as possible.
Yeah, we got to touch on that because I think that was preset, right? That was before this set.
Yeah.
You got to dive into that because that was amazing, bro. When you were sharing those views, I was like, that's how I want to live. That's how I want to live. And even if I'm not adequate enough to captivate that entirely, like that's something I want my kids to be able to understand. You know what I mean? So that you got to bring that up again, maybe another topic, but definitely, man.
And honestly, all that stemmed from living a very stubborn life, like having a very stubborn mindset. Like back then, once I think something is it's not changing. Like iron will, it's not changing. And I got it from my dad, and I realized like living a stubborn life, it's a life of suffer too. Like your perspective never changes, even if the other people, and you don't care to hear other people's opinion. Like what doesn't make sense. If you're so sure about what you're thinking about, then let the opinions come, let the perspective come, and if you're unwavered after that, then what you think about is solid. That's to me, like, it's a cowardly way of living life. I'm never going to push away information. I'm never going to push away knowledge. I'm going to spend the rest of my life gathering as much knowledge as possible, because to me, like, that is not the purpose of life, but that is one of the things that make life interesting.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Well, the next question is like, what are some things you think are essential / important to focus on when you're in grind mode? And we already touched about it. Pretty much. I'm going to skip to the last thing on the list is advice for people currently grinding.
Do you want to tackle, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll tackle it. Your grind is unique to you, right?
That part.
That is what you have to embrace, because you can't watch how other people grind and think that you could probably do the same. You have to scale up. You have to start small, with something that's within your ability, and acquire the knowledge, the skill, the mindset, and then work your way up. There's no rush in this. Grind is a marathon, right? There's no rush.
Marathon, man.
And like I was saying the other day that you start this race, you don't always see the finish line, but as long as you can see the next step and you take it, that's a step in the right direction. Just take the next step, and eventually you reach it. The grind to me can be intimidating, scary sometimes. And my analogy to that is, another analogy I use for that is, if you've driven in the snow, right? The path can sometimes be unconventional. The path when you're driving in the snow might not be the lane that's painted. It may be the tire marks from people that driven before you. Yeah. So the safest path, the most clear path, Sometimes it's right in front of you, and you may have to do things unconventionally, in an unorthodox way. But as long as you do it, as long as you follow the path, you get there. Trust yourself, trust in your ability. Curate a nice circle, a good circle with good people around you. Do good deeds, and karma will swing your way.
Oh, facts. Damn, maybe I should have gone first. Holy.
Nah, bro. What do you mean?
That's crazy. No. But okay. No, I'm with it. That makes... that's actually that's perfectly said, I would say. Like, that's actually perfectly said. Excuse me as I get comfortable. But no, man. Damn, what do I add to that? Oh, it's funny you use the... as far as like running your own race, because literally what I posted today, the caption was... Well, yeah. I almost could remember the caption word for word. Literally what I posted today was, while you're running your race, forget about all the spectators.
Yeah.
Forget about all the spectators. Forget about the people in front of you. Forget about the people behind you. Forget about how treacherous the conditions are. Snow, rain, whatever. The desert heat. Mm-hmm. Just no matter how times you fall during your race, as long as you make sure you get back up, keep your eyes forward, and just complete each lap to the end of the race, then like that's all that really matters. Yeah. Like, as long as you finish, no matter what everyone else is, no matter who's cheering you on, who's not cheering you on, no matter what anyone else is giving you as far as grief, whatever, as long as you finish your race, that's the ultimate goal. Like, it's to get to the end of the finish line. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's just tying into what you said already, but like, any additional advice that I would give, I kind of mentioned already, but just be patient. I think patience, as you said, is a virtue. Not a lot of people have patience. Not a lot of people, I think, can even learn to be patient. But if you can, just trust in yourself, trust in the process, and be patient. If you can't be patient, try to mitigate it some other way. I don't know what to tell you, but but like, truthfully speaking, there are people that just genuinely cannot be patient, either because you have anxiety or like multiple, like there could be medical reasons as well. So try to mitigate in other ways. But most importantly, as the boy Toast already mentioned, it is unique to you. Your grind is unique to you. It's not gonna, it might mimic what other people are doing, but at the end of the day, you know yourself, which is the most important thing as well, and you know how you need to scale in order to perform. Yeah. So just make sure you do it. Like the Nike commercials be saying, you just gotta do it, man. Yeah. At the end of the day, you gotta do it. It's all up to you. Yeah.
But, and you know, like, another thing I'll add too is, don't worry about what the spectators are saying. Right? Don't worry about people that are questioning and doubting you. They're spectating. Right. They're just there to watch. They're not in the same race as you. They're not even in the race, right? Like, sometimes people are scared of things they don't understand. And they hate for no reason. So don't listen. Do your thing. Move forward.
Oof. And this is all coming to me now as well. Like, after you saying that, it's like, also don't allow people who have maybe done something that you've done or something similar to try to shift your gears for you. You know what I mean? Like, don't let any of these counselors at any of these universities
with the been there, done that attitude.
Yeah, that have maybe gotten their PhD in whatever the hell it might be. Don't let any of these doctors who are attendings, working and doing whatever they do, don't let any of them who have maybe done something which is the end goal of some path that you're trying to get to, don't let them influence or change your gears for you. Because everyone has their pace. Everyone has their pace, my guy. I only said this because once you said, like, don't let the spectators get to you, it's like, there are so many times, and so many people can probably relate to this as well, but there are just so many times, so many professors had told me, bro, you want to do what? Yeah, okay, my guy. Like, they'll literally be like, yo, are you serious? Organic chemistry fella at, not to shout everybody, organic chemistry fella at UCO? Man, you're trying to...
Ferguson?
Huh?
Is it Ferguson?
No, I don't know. I don't think that's his name, but he was like, you're trying to be... He's like, dude, no. He's like, yo, stop. Nah. Which, granted, I didn't pass the class, so maybe he was saying it because I was looking like shit at the time. But I didn't like organic chemistry, bro.
Dude, no one did.
No, I didn't like that shit. So I wasn't necessarily a fool because I didn't pass the class.
Yeah.
It just wasn't
for you.
It just wasn't for me. And I just needed to get over that hump and leave it and be like, yo, cool. Because guess what? I'm not doing any of, or at least not a lot of that right now. So it's like, don't let anyone who's done what you've done, who's maybe at a certain position above you, quotations, like shift your gears for you, man.
Yeah.
Take your time, do what you can, take everything with a grain of salt, take any little advice you can. If there is good advice hidden in a pile of garbage and rubbish, take the good, leave the bad.
Leave the bad. You know, and this is my last piece of advice. And this is only for people that are about to go into college. Yeah. Know what the fuck you want to do before you walk into the academic counselor office. Don't walk in there the first day and let them decide the rest of your life.
They will change your or they will try to change your life.
Those people would just tell you to do something because it's easy. Like, don't walk before you walk in. Don't go as indecisive or don't go as undecided or whatever it may be. Don't go as don't go in there before you know what you want to do. If you really want to figure it out, take a semester off after high school and just figure it out. But don't just walk in there and don't go to college just to go to college.
Yeah,
that's a scam.
That's another thing. Just
that's a scam. College is a great tool if you use it correctly and if you're going in the right direction or you know what direction you want to go in. It is the worst. It could be such a pain and such a what's not a blessing but a such a curse. Like you're gonna end up paying loans for the rest of your life for what? For just to be indecisive?
For the piece of paper, bro. It's not that serious.
It's not worth it. Maybe it was back then. Maybe it was like in 1930, 1940 when people were going to college and getting jobs straight out of college. Not now though. Bachelor degree don't mean much now.
It really doesn't. So many people with bachelors not getting any jobs.
Zero.
I mean, shit, I don't have a job, but you know what I mean? Like it's so crazy. So don't waste that time, don't waste that money. Figure it out and don't let these people be influencing you. You know what I mean? Right. Again, if it's negative influence. So just be able to decipher it. Be yourself.
Yeah.
What's it? And he said that was the last one for the grind?
Yeah, that was the last one for the grind.
Solid. Nah, that's a blessing though. This was good. I enjoyed this one. I enjoyed this. I feel like this definitely brings some topics for the community as well. If you maybe have like any useful tips or suggestions that could help someone on the grind, maybe for paths similar to yours. Again, not that you're schooling anyone. We're all peers here and family. So, but definitely share if you feel like you have any great advice for some people, because you don't know things. I like to imagine, and this is something that I just sort of do in my daily life. Like, I like to imagine that if there's something I've thought of, someone else has already thought of and put it out there, because people have lived before me. People are still coming like after me and everything. So I always live my life knowing like I'm not always going to maybe be the first person to do something. Maybe I'll try to be the first person to do it well. But that being said, it's like there are still things that I've never heard from people just simply because there's just that many different mindsets. So make sure you leave a comment about something that helps you get through your grind. Whatever your grind may be, no matter how small, no matter how big, it could influence someone else in a positive way.
Yep.
And while you're doing that, make sure you also hit the notification bell and the subscribe button and the like button, because that'll help us also put the word out, and you get your word out as well in turn. So you know, it's full circle, connecting the dots, just like the boy Eric. But yeah, that being said, you know, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, catch the boys on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play. What if your toaster again is playing the radio? Your boy's probably gonna be on there. Just find us. We'll be there wherever you can listen to podcasts. We'll try to be there. Just make sure you look for us, Magma Minds Podcast, and hopefully you tune in next time. So we'll catch y'all later. Take it easy. Peace.